I've got a list here of animals that prefer to spend most of their lives alone, and as a Sigma male, there are nuggets of wisdom we can learn from all of them. But first, let's watch the gorilla breathe. Alright, what's up Kaiju Pack? It's your boy Kaiju Kwon. So, these selected animals prefer to live in solitude. In other words, they are neither pack nor herd animals. Granted, they do gather to produce offspring, but a large portion of their lives are spent independently. Just so you know, this is not a complete list of all the solitary animals. I just took the most popular animals that I thought we could learn from. So let's begin. Number 1 on the list is the bear. And this includes all types of bear, whether grizzly bear, black bear, polar bear. Bears are considered the most solitary carnivore in the world. So don't let the old Disney movies like Brother Bear mislead you. Bears are not pack animals singing kumbaya around a waterfall. They only seek out other bears for mating purposes, and mother bears spend a considerable amount of time with their children until they are ready. But aside from that, bears live alone. Except for the species that live in warmer climates, all other bear species go through hibernation, or as some would argue, a state of torpor for up to 7 months. During hibernation, a bear's metabolism, heart and respiratory rate decreases significantly while its core temperature lowers just slightly. It will not urinate nor defecate. Instead, the bear's body internally recycles the waste material to prevent muscle and tissue loss. In order to survive this state, these bears will focus on getting as much food and nourishment into their system during the months leading up to winter. So what can we learn from bears? Stay vigilant to the times and seasons and always be prepared for the so-called winter. Like a bear, be attuned to the external environment and always be on the lookout for signs of winter, which in our case could be signs of dark times such as global pandemic, an economic depression, or something less significant. And prepare beforehand for these dark times by earning and saving money while stocking up on resources during times of abundance to make sure you and those who are in your care can survive the times of scarcity. Number 2 on the list is the great white shark. Of all the shark species, the great white is considered the most solitary. Some of you have probably heard that sharks have to keep swimming, otherwise they will sink. Well, this is true, because sharks do not have the swim bladders that most bony fishes have. A swim bladder is like a balloon inside a fish's body that can be inflated or deflated to control buoyancy. However, unlike most shark species, the great white shark is an obligate ram ventilator. In simpler terms, they ventilate their gills or breathe by swimming fast with their mouths open. In other words, the great white shark will not only sink if it stops swimming, but it will also eventually die from a lack of oxygen. The takeaway for us is, keep moving forward, always be improving, never stagnate or stay in the same spot. If you do, you will not only sink, but all those dreams you have will indeed die. Of course, that's only if you want to be an apex predator like the great white. If you wanted to stay about in the same place all day, then I suggest you learn from a barnacle. As Dory from Finding Nemo advises, just keep swimming. Number 3 are spiders. Now there are some spiders that prefer to hang in a community, but a large percentage of spider species prefer to live alone. What you can learn from a spider comes from when it starts to make its web. Even a tiny spider is not afraid to cast a web much bigger than itself. So the first lesson is, dream big. And when a spider sets its mind to cast the web, no matter how many times the external environment destroys it, the spider will always mend the damage done. So the second lesson, when trying to accomplish goals and objectives, many times you will get shot down by life, or by people, or things may not work out the way you thought they would, but have the determination to strengthen the weaknesses of your plans and be patient in consistent action until your goal has been reached. Third lesson, unlike most hunters, the spider does what we humans would call earning through passive income. A certain amount of time and effort is required upfront in order to create the web, but once it is complete, a spider usually just has to sit and wait for a meal to fly by and get stuck in the web. Keep in mind that its success is greatly dependent upon the location chosen. Likewise, if you're going to create a stream of passive income, You will need to put in time and effort up front before you can actually earn anything, and your success will depend upon whether or not you chose a good market or niche, as well as the location you have chosen to sell and promote your product or service. Number 4 on the list are the rhinoceros. Large, shy yet aggressive, these beasts are known to be highly intolerant towards other animals and boast 1 or 2 horns on their skull. Many rhino species are considered endangered due to the demand for their horns, but their populations are slowly making a comeback in recent years through conservation efforts. Lesson we can learn from these solitary beasts? Have a thick skin. The greater one-horned rhino, also known as the Indian rhino, has skin up to 4 centimeters thick, making it appear to be wearing armor plates. So just like the Indian rhino, go on being your most badass self and focus on your personal goals. No matter what people say or how they judge, be comfortable in your own skin and have the self-confidence, knowing that you need not waste any time on petty arguments. But if the haters don't stop bothering you, you should be ready to display an aggressive side that sends them the message that you're not one to be messed with. It's often no good being a Sigma male or living a truly Sigma lifestyle if you are not first capable of defending yourself. Number 5 on the list are moles, those unusual underground dwellers. Moles are reclusive, territorial, and require their solitude. As they spend most of their time playing alone in their burrows, they are rarely spotted above the ground. A simple lesson from these solitary fellas: sometimes if you just don't want to be bothered by society, the best solution is to go underground. Simple. Build a bunker and be creative. Number 6 on the list are eagles, the apex predator of the skies, named by many as the king of the birds. There are many subspecies of eagle, but almost all prefer to hunt and fly alone, only pairing with another to mate and raise their young. Key takeaways from eagles: in order to soar high, oftentimes it is necessary to fly alone. No other bird can go as high as the eagle can. Furthermore, unlike other birds, eagles look forward to flying in storms, as the winds allow them to glide above the clouds. So the second nugget of wisdom is, instead of backing down from a challenge, relish it and find a way to use it to rise to even greater heights. As all great achievers have proven, there is always an opportunity in every crisis. Now, before we continue on to the last animal, if this video helped you in any way, if you learned something new or gained a new perspective, even if it made you feel better, all I ask is that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks in advance, guys, and let's dive into the last but not the least on the list. Number 7 is the tiger. Considered the spirit animal of the Sigma male and respected among many cultures as a symbol of power. Tigers are solitary ambush predators that rely on stealth and strength to hunt down their prey. Just like no 2 tigers have the exact same stripes, no 2 Sigma males are exactly alike. So be proud of your originality, your own unique gifts and lifestyle. Also, be patient in waiting for the right opportunity, but be aggressive when the opportunity presents itself. Good things come to those who wait, to those who don't act on their every whim, but think things through logically. Yet you need to balance patience with the aggression and boldness to put 100% in taking down your goals when the moment is right. As they say, fortune favors the bold. And that's it, guys. Hope you guys were entertained and learned something new today. I'll leave you with this. Many of these solitary animals are prominent and well-recognized players in the animal kingdom. Whether by power or cunning, they all have their own methods of being able to survive on their own. A last important takeaway is, in order to really live the self-sufficient, no bullshit life that the Sigma enjoys away from society, you will need to identify and capitalize on a skill or number of skills that you can use to really make your own path in this world, free from the influence of the social hierarchy. Remember, as a true Sigma male, you can't complain to anyone. Everything is on you. If you aim to grow to your full potential as a Sigma male, then subscribe and hit the notifications button to stay connected as a member of the Kaiju pack. More videos are on their way. Please don't forget to leave a like on the way out. This will help support the channel's growth and help many more men out there. And with that, this gathering is concluded. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care, brothers.